Hey everyone, this is probably going to be a shorter video unless I get people in here in the live chat to help me out here, because I'm not exactly the greatest solo outing in the world. So, but I wanted to start this episode I want to say somber note, but I haven't watched SEN live yet today, and my understanding is that Kevin Smets went and made the announcement that he has cancer. From what I've been seeing on Twitter and Facebook, I really haven't deep dived into it yet to see what's going on with that. But man, it's horrible news, especially with him having a newborn and just being newlywed. So thoughts and prayers definitely out to Mr. Kevin Smets. I see the hashtag quite often right now saying smash cancer, and by all means, absolutely. So we're behind you as well. Anything we can do to help out, we'll help out. If there's fundraisers or anything, we'll help try to get the word out on that as well. So just figured I'd get that out there. Now, today's topic is anime. I was hoping to have people lined up for this, but unfortunately nobody bit for this one, unfortunately. So right now it's just me flying solo at the moment. So if anybody wants to jump in, if they catch this while I'm live here on stream, then I will bring random people in. Now, that being said, I did find an interesting thing that I wanted to share with everybody, and that's this little web page here, which is all the fall anime releases that are coming, and it has actual countdowns of when the new episodes are going to release, which I find to be very nice. Like right here, Black Clover episode 149, 6 days, 8 hours, 51 minutes, 22 seconds. So that's very convenient for anybody that's looking. And it does the same thing for movies. So it'll give you doesn't give you countdown, but it gives you release dates at least. So if you're interested, you're an anime fan, this is the place to look. Final season of Attack on Titan, 46 days. So, but yeah, there's some notable ones here. The biggest one I'm seeing right now is Attack on Titan. And let's see here. I mean, if anybody cares about Boruto, what else do we got coming up here? See, this is what I mean. I'm not a very good solo outing. I like having people to talk to. Digimon Adventure, which I'm hoping that starts getting translated into English here pretty soon, because I want to see the new version of Digimon Adventure. I'm curious on that one. And apparently it's scheduled for 66 episodes. So, let's see, what else do we got here? I'm not seeing anything really worth of note. I mean, I'm just talking from my taste, but I'm sure there's other people out there that have different taste than I do. I tend to be a shonen guy. I'm trying to branch out from that a little bit. Yeah, there isn't much else really to look at the moment. But for anybody that's interested in this, if you're listening to this strictly on audio, and not seeing what we're seeing here on video, the website is livechart.me/fall-2020/TV. And I will be putting that link into the audio podcast and on right here on YouTube, so that way people can look it up and have it as a reference for any anime fans. So it's just something I happened to stumble across here a couple minutes ago. What I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to people that are anime fans, that what their favorite anime is, what they got introduced to with anime, what's the worst anime they ever watched, things along them lines. But apparently this wasn't a good topic for episode 2. I thought it would have been. Apparently it wasn't. Apparently I should have done Harry Potter second, because I do have a few people clamoring at the bit to want to talk about that, which I am planning on doing Harry Potter next Thursday, around 8 or 9 o'clock at night on East Coast time. So if anybody wants to be involved with that, hit me up. I want to say it's 8 spots left for that one. Yeah, I have 8 spots. No. 1, 2, 7 spots. I have 7 spots left for that one. So people are interested in that with the Harry Potter podcast for next week. Definitely let me know. Best way to get me to schedule things out is to send me a message on Twitter. And if you don't have my Twitter handle, it's right here at the bottom of the screen at hotel_nerd86. I have it there every video, so that way people can get in contact with me. It's just easier that way. See, I got one viewer. If you want to jump in on the conversation, by all means, hit me up on the comments. Let's get this conversation rolling. I'll bring you guys in onto the video if you want. I mean, I'm not a very good solo outing. I know this for a fact because I've tried doing solos before and it never goes well. But I guess with me, hey Ben, you want in on this? I'll get you the link to jump in. Just let me know. We're talking anime tonight. But now all right, he can't hop on right now. Well, Ben, if you know anybody that wants to talk anime, send them here. Send them here right now while I'm live, because I would love to get other people's opinions and comments on material. Because, I mean, this isn't just for me to give people ideas. This is as much for people to give me ideas to broaden my horizons on genres. And I'm always open to new anime. Case in point, the one that's right there behind me right now on Netflix, Fairy Tail. Amazing anime. Love that anime. Can watch that through again with not even a question. But my first anime was actually Ronin Warriors. Which, if you haven't seen that one, that's a great one to jump in on. If you're a Power Rangers fan, you'll like Ronin Warriors. I don't see why you wouldn't like Ronin Warriors. The premise is practically the same. And then I ended up watching that without even realizing that was anime. I just figured, oh, it's a cartoon. I'm a kid. Cool. Whatever. But then my dad found a Goofy cartoon. And again, this is before I knew what anime was. I'm still talking like a little kid. I'm like 5, 6 years old. And Samurai Pizza Cats was one that I found, and I actually just refound that one here a little over a year ago. I tried to rewatch it, and there's no way that I could watch it now. No way in hell. My tastes have changed so much that the Samurai Pizza Cats, I can't do it. And God knows I tried. I pushed through 6 episodes of that just to see if it got better, and it didn't get better. If anything, it got worse. So I would say that's probably the worst if I had to put on my list of worst anime, it's probably Samurai Pizza Cats that I've ever seen. And I would put Dragon Ball GT and Full Metal Alchemist, the original, right there, right behind that. Now you give me Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, I'm putting that right towards my top 5. I mean, it's in my top 5, absolutely. I would say Attack on Titan's probably my number 1, because I love me some Attack on Titan. It's so different. It's such a different premise. And I've been kind of sneaking peeks at the manga art, or you might say manga art, just to kind of get a feel for where they're going towards the end. And I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm trying to steer away from plot as much as possible because I don't want to spoil anything for me, being the final season's getting ready to start here in December. Ben, you went and said where I put Yugioh. Which one? Because there's like 7 variations of Yu-Gi-Oh now. Honestly, I put GX over the original Yu-Gi-Oh. I like GX a lot better. I would say GX is in my top 10. The original Yu-Gi-Oh is probably my top 15. The rest of them, I think, are pretty much trash. 5Ds isn't great. 5Ds is where it pretty much started to fall off the rails. And I did watch all of 5Ds. And I say GX feels better. Just because the story was more streamlined. It wasn't so convoluted, it felt like. I mean, maybe it's just because I was a little bit older when I ended up watching GX. But the original one was just didn't really like grab me. Like, I like the whole idea with them being in high school and having to deal with high school life on top of dealing with the cards as well. When it got to the Egyptian stuff, the original did get good. Not gonna lie. The original, when it got to learning the pharaoh's name and whatnot, that did get good there. That was the strongest arc, especially when him and Yugi went up against each other. My only issues I have with GX and 5Ds, and I think the rest of them do the same thing, is for some reason 4Kids, I think it was, who did the Yu-Gi-Oh dubs, they went and they cut the final arcs out of every season after the original Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Come on. But yeah, I like me some hack and slash animes. Like your Attack on Titans, I love the fact that people get ripped apart and they actually show it. It's like, it's freaking amazing. I like Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood because it's such a quick story. I mean, there's a couple of filler episodes, and it's like, come on, let's just keep moving the story along. But otherwise, I mean, every episode is just keeps continuing the story. It just keeps moving. If you miss an episode or two and you come back and you're like, oh, what the fuck? Like, what happened? Especially towards the end. You miss an episode towards the end. You miss like one of the last 10 episodes. You're like mind blown. Like, what the fuck did I miss? Really good sleeper anime. And my cousin, Carl, who I'm going to try to get on this channel here sooner or later. I mean, he's upstairs right now, but he's kind of camera shy, I guess is a good word to say. Maybe I can get him on just a strictly audio version. But he introduced me to Escry Ed, which is amazing. Matter of fact, I actually need to sit down and rewatch that. I have the full series on DVD, and it's been probably 3 or 4 years since I watched it. I should really watch it again because I don't remember the storyline all that well. But from what I remember, it was hands down amazing. I would say that's probably top 10 anime. I would put Evangelion within the top 10. I'd probably make Evangelion number 10. Neon Genesis Evangelion. Probably within my top 3, I would put Mobile Suit Gundam Iron Blooded Orphans. That's a really good one. If you like Mobile Suit Gundam, that's an amazing one. I mean, even if you've never seen Mobile Suit Gundam a day in your life and you watch Iron Blooded Orphans, it's a great standalone series. It doesn't really have a bearing on anything else. G Gundam, same way. Kind of cheesy now, all things considered. For today's standards, back in, I think that was originally released in the early 90s. That wasn't terrible, but it wasn't great either. Let's see. You know what? Being I'm talking top 10 anime, I might as well just list them off. I have to think here. I'd say 10 would be Neon Genesis Evangelion. 9. Let's put Dragon Ball at 9. Let's put Shane, which one are you talking about? It's so dark. You talking about my video, or are you talking about? Yeah, Shane, I know you're not a Dragon Ball fan. You're a Pokemon fan, so bite me. If you're going to count there's nothing I can do about the lighting. This is the best it gets. So I agree. It is kind of dark in my room. But let's see, number 8. That's a good one. Let's put Yugioh at number 8. Number 7. Let's put Escryad at number 7. I'm cheating here a little bit, seeing what I got for anime over there across the room. Let's put Digimon Frontier at number 7. Let's put Digimon Try at number 6. Let's put Yu-Gi-Oh! GX at number 5. Dragon Ball Super at number 4. Digimon Adventures, I count Digimon Adventure. I guess technically I should be counting Try in this as well, but I count Digimon Adventures seasons 1 and 2 as one thing because they go together. At number 4, 3. Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. 2, Black Clover, and 1, My Hero Academia. That's my top 10 for anime at the moment. I mean, I can't really put Attack on Titan anywhere on that list at the moment because the final season hasn't played out yet. Once the final season plays out, then I'll put that on the list. And if I were to put it on the list right now, Attack on Titan is the number 1 overall, seasons 1 through 3. Yeah, Shane, I'm the same way. All the Digimon with the original cast. Really, I should count that all as one. So really, if I really wanted to cheat, you take Try out of there on that list, and you put all Digimon Adventure in one category. And then that opens up the slot for Attack on Titan to be number 1. Everything else will just get pushed down one spot. So, let me see here. John just messaged me. All right, that's for later. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I don't really have any topics to talk about. I mean, somebody shoot me some things to spitball here because I'm running out of things. I already said my worst anime I ever watched is Samurai Pizza Cats. That's horrible. If you want to, you need to be drunk to watch that one. I'm just going to say that right now. If you're an adult, you need to be drunk to watch that shit. That or high, one or the other. And I don't condone getting high, but just saying. Shane, it is so ridiculous. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on crack, basically, but with cats. It's horribly, horribly horrendous. I don't even know how else to describe that. And I know as soon as I said Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I know I caught your interest saying that, but it's bad. It's just bad. God, I wish I had people in the video with me. I feel like I'm doing a horrible job here. I'm 23 minutes in. I feel like I'm doing a horrible job. Yeah. I'm running out of topics here, guys. Help me out. Help me out. Help me out. Well, see, the funny thing is about that, Shane, Samurai Pizza Cats, if I'm recalling my dates correctly, actually came out first. So, I've actually just kind of been round robining, Shane. So, if you hit a topic and we've already talked about it, then I just won't acknowledge that you put it up there. But, just if you got an idea, just spitball. I mean, hell, tell me you wanted the video. I'll give you the damn code. You can just jump in here for all I care. Man, I'm pretty sure Samurai Pizza Cats was first. We'll find out real quick. How about that? Let's see here. February 1st, 1990. So, yeah, just by a little bit. Samurai Pizza Cat has it just by a month, 2 months. Shane, I'm using Streamlabs. But yeah, I can send you the link. It will work on your phone. Just give me 1 second here. Shane, I'm sending it to the group chat. But yeah, I mean, we'll try to get Shane in here real quick. He's a fellow admin of the Hotel Nerd Facebook group. That's actually the group that we started everything with. And then we finally blossomed into doing something like this. I'm kind of disappointed. I figured anime would have been a great second topic for people to talk about, but apparently I was wrong. So we'll see if we can get Shane in here. I guess I should have thought this one out a little bit more. Oh well. What are you going to do? Come on, Shane. Yeah, you probably will have to close out the video, Shane. That's fine. I guess I should have told you that. My bad. Oh. Hey, there he is. There he is.
I had to close out the video of watching you to be able to go in because for some reason it would not allow me to use my my camera and stuff, I guess. So
That's fine. There you go. That's better orientation.
I know how to use Zoom, so that's why I wasn't sure what it was you were using.
Yeah, Streamlabs Zoom is basically the same thing.
Okay. Cool. Glad to be a part of this.
Yeah, this is the first that we've actually talked
I know.
in 4 years.
At least.
It was before Kim passed away.
Yeah.
Anyhow, how's Florida?
Still warm. Waiting for cooler weather to arrive.
All right, so I've covered so far my worst anime that I've ever seen, my top 10 anime, and that's really about it. So
okay, well, I mean, if I had to go with my 10, I mean, I don't even know if I have 10 worst anime.
No, top 10 best.
I mean, because there's not a whole lot of anime that I've watched. So, I mean, yes, I don't like Dragon Ball Z, okay? But I wouldn't consider that being my worst anime. I think it's hysterical, and I love the abridged version of Dragon Ball. I need to finish watching that, by the way.
Which, by the way, they're not going to actually finish that.
Really?
Nope. It ends with Cell Saga.
That's too bad.
They went and they decided that they weren't going to do the Boo Saga, unfortunately, which really sucks because there's so much material that they could fuck with.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, they could expand onto the other series like Kai and what is there, Super.
Well, Kai, the only difference with Kai is just an abridged version of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
That's the official abridged
Show how
version
much
of
I know.
Dragon Ball Z. It cuts all the filler out.
Okay. Wow. That's interesting.
So if you're
Well,
gonna
probably
if
not
you
enough
want
for
to
me to
get
watch it, but still,
if
I
you
mean,
want to give Dragon Ball Z a try, Dragon Ball Z Kai is the way to go. Because it
okay.
cuts all the filler episodes out.
I'll
Or the
consider
majority.
that. I'll consider that. I don't even like I said. I mean, there's like anime series that I don't like. I guess like like with Digimon, for instance, Data Squad was garbage.
Yeah.
I didn't care for that at all.
Data Squad's basically the Dragon Ball GT of the Digimon world.
No, really. Yeah, Data Squad was bad. And then when you were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, I watched the original series, which was great. That Yu-Gi-Oh would be in my top 10 great animes. But there was a couple of them I didn't really care for. And I don't remember the names to all of them. Basically,
Yu-Gi-Oh started going downhill with 5Ds.
Yeah, I don't even think I've seen an episode of that. The one where they were at the dueling school, I did enjoy that one.
GX.
Which one?
GX.
Okay, so that one I did enjoy, but all the other ones I didn't care for. Zexel, I saw a few episodes, couldn't get into it.
Trash.
And I never saw the 5Ds and everything. So
you're not missing much.
And I could probably include both Yu-Gi-Ohs in my top 10, considering I don't know if I have top 10. I don't know if I have enough to fill 10. Pokemon's kind of an ongoing series, so that would be my top. I
was just going to say your top 10 should just be all Pokemon series because aren't they all different?
Right. Well, but I mean, I could sit here and dissect which season I like the best. But I mean, as a whole, like we were talking about with Digimon being, like Digimon Adventure 1, 2, Try, all that's kind of like one solid block. So I wouldn't really see, I would kind of do the same thing with Pokemon, as considering it as being one solid block. Because Ash is still your protagonist, and so yes, he's meet new friends and he travels different regions, but overall it's still pretty much the same thing. It's not like it's not like the other series that they've done, like Chronicles. They did Pokemon Origins, which was like a 4-part series. They just did a new series that features more of the Galar region called something Wings, Miracle Wings or something it was called. It was like a 6-episode. Each episode was around 10 minutes, I think. That was really good. So there's different spin-off series that are really short, but the overall series as a whole though is just one giant continuation. So I would consider Pokemon anime just as one.
My biggest gripes with Pokemon, in all reality, and I may or may not have told you this before, is the series as a whole. I give it shit just because I'm a Digimon fan, in all honesty. But in reality, one, the characters never age, which bothers the hell out of me. That's one thing I've always loved about Digimon is their characters aged.
That's true.
They showed time progression.
Mm-hmm.
The second one is it never seems to be like a true through line story. It's just monster of the week type stories, and I hate that. That's for me with Smallville. I love Smallville as a series, but season 1, I hate season 1 because it's monster of the week every fucking
season
week.
1 was hard for me to get through. That's a series I haven't finished either, Smallville. I saw season 1 and the same thing, Monster of the Week, and I'm like, this, and don't get me wrong, I love Power Rangers, again, Monster of the Week. But Smallville was hard to digest in the beginning just because of how, I know this is a little off topic, but just kind of how, somehow or another, someone, usually the young teenager, finds a piece of kryptonite, becomes a metahuman, kills its parents, and then Clark Kent has to figure out a way to resolve it before the end of the episode, And I just, it was really hard to get through that. So I heard it got better. I haven't finished the series, obviously, but I heard it's gotten better once you get through season 1.
And see, that's my problem with a show like Smallville or Pokemon is Get me a through line. Like,
Well,
Smallville had a small through line of like, we got to keep Clark secret. Like,
mm-hmm.
that was the through line through the entire first season. Like that one little thread. Pokemon seems like it just is like, yeah, look, here's this monster that we've never seen before, and then like, oh, gotta catch it. Ooh, yay!
Well, I
Move on to
mean,
the next. Oh, there's
if
Team
you
Rocket trying to
understand,
fuck shit up again. Oh, okay, let's shoot them off into space. Oh, good, awesome. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's a little okay, right. Well, I mean, basically what it is it's like an introduction to like the video games. The video games is basically like the foundation to what everything else is based on. So, yes, Ash is not in the games. However, the way that the anime is written is that Ash will eventually travel to each gym, acquire each gym badge, and then essentially go on to the tournament, the Indigo League in the original series.
but has he won any badges?
Oh yes, he has. Now I mean, one could sit here and argue, well, did he win them outright? That's debatable because usually every time he goes and battles a gym, Team Rocket happens to show up. They resolve the issue. They return back to the battle, but usually there's some significant circumstance from that Team Rocket battle, whether one of his Pokemon evolves or just because he was a good friend or saved the gym leader from trouble. Usually he gets the gym badge. I think there's might have been only out of the entire series 2 or 3 instances where he actually like legitimately like won the gym badge with no interruptions, just fighting, to the end and actually winning. So, as far as winning league championships now, that's a totally different story. I mean, I think he was top 16 in the original series, top 8 in the Johto series. I think he was top 8 in the Hoenn. But he's seemingly progressed through. And if nobody has seen Sun and Moon yet, hold your ears because this is a spoiler. If you haven't seen the Sun and Moon series yet, he actually does win the championship in the Sun and Moon series. But the Sun and Moon, like they took the gym badges concept out with Sun and Moon, and they kind of did these like trials. So in video games, you won Z crystals, which were a one-off superpower move that you can only use once during battle. So they kind of had that going for it in the anime, and so maybe because of that, Ash didn't actually win the other ones. I don't know. But in the Sword and Shield series, which is called Pokemon Journeys right now, this is in a whole new direction. This is where they're doing research, and they're going to all these different regions, Kanto, Johto, Sinnoh, and they're doing this research and stuff. So Ash hasn't actually, like, gone to Galar, which is Generation 8, the new one, where he's actually going and battling, like, the gym leaders, because they brought the gyms back in Gen 8. So he's just kind of doing this one-off thing now, and I haven't started watching Journeys yet because I still need to finish Sun and Moon, but I know how the story ends because spoilers. The Japanese is ahead of the American version, so
always
are. You find out what's going on, even though you don't know what's going on. So, but a lot of people like the new direction, but Ash still hasn't caught them all yet. If anyone's keeping track. But it does have. I mean, there's a lot of filler. I'll be honest, there is a lot of filler in the episodes. But that's kind of the general idea is that Ash goes to a new region, goes and joins the league, battles all the gyms to get those, and meanwhile battling Team Rocket, catching Pokemon, building friendships, and then of course goes on and takes on the league, and then tries to win. In the video games you have the Elite Four, and then you battle the champion. So you don't really have that in the anime, but the characters that are the champion or the Elite Four members do show up in the anime as like supporting characters or things like that. So Cynthia's made an appearance. She's the champion of Sinnoh. Diantha's made an appearance in X and Y. She's the champion in X and Y. So those characters do make appearances. They just that concept doesn't fall in the anime though. Ash just goes on to the tournament. It's like like any other tournament, like the basketball tournament, where it's like a group of 32. Then they shrink that down to like 16, and then from 16 to 8, and so on and so forth. So, But yeah, I mean, but like I said, going back to your original topic, if Pokemon to me is just one giant culmination. I mean, I could sit here and pick out which seasons I like the best or whatever. So I'm gonna keep moving my camera, and fidgeting. But
Mine. I have to adjust mine sometimes too. So
yeah, so I mean, Pokemon would definitely be, and I wouldn't even consider like Pokemon anime as like my number one. Like, yes, I love Pokemon, but I wouldn't even really consider it like my number one anime. Just because like with Digimon, for instance, I like a lot of the concepts of Digimon. A lot of people say, "Oh, you don't like Digimon and this, that, and the other thing," and it's like I actually do. I love Digimon.
my biggest gripe about Digimon is Frontier. I mean, aside from DATS, I mean, we already established DATS is trash.
Yes.
But Frontier, I think they really missed an opportunity.
They did.
If anybody has watched the original Digimon, I mean, mind you, the original Digimon for us came out in '99.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of season 1, you see 5 silhouettes.
Yeah.
With 5 Digimon. Frontier comes out and they announced we're going to have 5 Digidestined. It's like, oh, so this is a prequel to season 1. This is a prequel to Adventure, and it's like this is going to be awesome. Like, this is what we want, and it's like, nope, totally different. Son of a bitch.
Yeah. I mean, I really enjoyed Frontier because to me, instead of more being a prequel, I liked it more as being a sequel. In the sense that, you had the two main characters representing, Agumon's Digivolution line and then Kabumon's Digivolution evolutionary line. So, and so you had those.
What they could have done is they could have taken those 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they could have established it as a prequel and been like, this was Digimon Evolution before Digimon Armor Evolution was.
Yeah.
Because Armor Evolution is supposed to be an ancient evolution that the Digimon evolved from and can do now regular evolution, and then obviously with the crest and then the mega evolutions and like everything was a step up.
But like the kids themselves merged with the Digimon to become the Digimon, kind of like towards the very end of Digimon Tamers, where the human trainers or whatever you want to call them, human partners, actually merged with their Digimon as a new Digivolution. So
yeah, but they also established that was its own separate entity. Like they established that Digimon Adventure, that's a TV show for us. This is the card game
that
we were playing that, like you and I were playing in school.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, oh yeah, we're playing this game too. So like,
right.
really, our season is in your world. Like,
yeah. And that was the cool thing about Tamers. Even though I wasn't a huge fan of Tamers, that's the one thing I really liked about it was they kind of brought the concept to reality, where it's like these kids are playing Digimon cards and everything, and next thing you know, like, hey, guess what? You got Digivices and things now. These things actually work, and you're a Digidestined now, and so that was a really cool concept. But there was just a lot of things. And I mean, maybe I should rewatch it again because I mean, I haven't seen it since its original release. But there was just a couple things though on it that I was just like, oh. So it wasn't like, oh my god, like with the Adventure series. Of course I wasn't really with Frontier, but it's like Tamers for me was probably like if I had to like list Digimon in order. And of course, I know we're going to be talking about Digimon later in another video. But I mean, it would probably be Adventure, Frontier, and then Tamers. Just because of, I mean, like I said, Tamers wasn't a bad series, but for me, I just was not really like that into it. And maybe it was because of the trading card concept. Like, it was cool, but maybe it was something about it that I just didn't like. And like I said, maybe when we do the Digimon episode, I'll have to rewatch that just so I'm like more refreshed with it. Because I mean, I'm really familiar with Frontier because I just recently watched that within the last couple of years. And the original series, I mean, I love. So of course, I just recently saw that too. So,
did you?
But yeah, I'll give Tamers another try just to see, and maybe my opinion now might change, and I might like it better than Frontier. I mean, but nothing will trump Adventure, though. I mean, that's the cornerstone. That nothing will ever trump that. So, I think my wife's home now. I'll be right back.
All right. We'll give him a minute.
Yeah. Actually, with Chris. Right. Okay. Yeah. We're talking anime. What else do you need? Oh, you got more stuff. Okay. All right. Well, unfortunately, I'm gonna have to end this video because there's a lot more stuff I gotta go do. So.
All right. Well, I want to get you for one more.
Oh, I gotta get 2 things. So give me 5 minutes.
Can I steal you for like 5 more minutes?
Do what now?
Steal you for like 5 more minutes, and then we'll end the video.
I just gotta get stuff out of the car.
Oh, okay.
That's all I gotta do.
All right.
Yeah. So I'll be right back.
What's that?
How you doing? How you doing?
Doing all right.
Sorry about that.
No, it's all good. It was kind of an impromptu thing anyhow, so.
Well, it's fun. I'm glad. I mean, honestly, like with everything going on, Shane hasn't really been able to like go hang out with anybody recently. So
Well,
I'm
yeah.
glad. I mean, you call me anytime you want.
with COVID, it's difficult.
Yeah.
So.
So I have a back injury, so I can't lift anything more than about 10 pounds. Really, it really sucks. So.
Oh.
Yeah. Always live correctly.
Yes.
Don't
If anybody takes anything away from this video, remember that one tip. Always lift with your knees, not with your back.
right. Always look at your knees, not your back.
All right. I ran.
You're hilarious.
All right. So
His leaf style.
we're gonna end on this note here. I wanted to ask you if you've seen the Final Evolution movie yet.
Yes, I did actually.
And I put the spoiler alert up so that way people know that there's going to be spoilers coming, so nobody can bitch about it.
Right. But no, yeah, last Digimon Evolution was amazing. Can't tell you like how much I cried towards the end of that too, actually. And experiencing like the new Digivolution with Matt and Ty, like that was just like completely unexpected.
Yeah, well, did they look like the Frontier Digimon?
They did. They really did.
I thought that's what they did. It's like, oh shit, they actually made Frontier the prequel. They actually went back and they made Frontier the prequel.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like my first thought. And then I went and I looked it up online. It's like, no, that's not them. It's like, damn it. Like,
yeah, they looked really close. Like I was really surprised by that. In fact, I thought originally when they first were getting in the process of doing that, I was thinking they were going to do like some kind of like Omnimon version where it was like they both fused together, but like Matt and Todd or something like that, or like something like from Digimon Frontier where they like Matt fused with Agumon and became, and Matt fused with Gabumon and became, because I don't know what those two Digimon's names are. But
they never said they never called out what their names were. That's why
I'm sure there's some that has their
that's
names.
Lobomon and that's whatever the Fire one.
Lobomon, yeah, Lobomon was Gabumon's.
I can't remember what the Fire.
I don't remember what Agumon was.
But it's like it looked like it. It's like so they listened to some of the grievances that people have had. It's like. So they went and they retconned and made Frontier officially
canon,
a prequel canon thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, nope, they're totally different. It's like Agumon Fury mode and Gabumon Fury mode or something like that. It's like that's fucking retarded. My French,
but it was still really cool though. Like I just was not expecting that. But I felt bad for the one girl because. I mean, that hurts, man. Like, you're this Digimon trainer, and, she lost her partner at 14, but, like, she kind of did it to herself because she wanted to grow up,
Well, how long did it take you to how long did it take you to realize that Sora was without Beomon?
Oh, when I saw the Digivice, the way the Digivice was, and then it was, like, right after Matt and Ty's Digivice went dark.
And then I noticed in the one scene why she didn't help her become a participant because she was already holding it. It was dark, but I didn't put two and two together until after Matt and Ty's went dark. And then I was like, no, Sarah was the first one.
When
But it was
she went,
interesting.
she went and she said, "Come on, guys, you got this."
Yeah.
I'm going to sit this one out. And I'm like, wait, you're normally the first one to rush in to help them. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
well, even in the original movie, like Sora wasn't really like this big part of the movie, like in the original movie. So, but you know, but it was interesting too because like I'm basing it on age, and technically Joe's the oldest. So I was like, how come he didn't lose his right away? You know. Yeah. So
Joe still had Gabumon or Gomamon yet.
Gomamon, yeah. So, and it was interesting too because technically Kari and TK kept theirs because they are the same age as Davis, Yoli, and Cody. Actually, Cody's younger, but so they still have theirs at least for now.
I love their new Digivices, how they're cell phones now. I love that.
Yes, that was really cool how they were able to use their phone, and I was like, that was really cool. And they were color coded too. So
when Parrotmon first showed up and they showed all the Digivolutions, it's like, wait, that's not the Digivice. Like, what the fuck? And they show us a cell phone, and then they turn it around and it shows their crest on the back of the phone. It's like, okay, that's a really snazzy cell phone case.
Probably something Izzy did.
Or that's the new Digivice.
Yeah, it's probably something Izzy did. I mean, with smartphones now, I mean, obviously you could probably, you know, snap your way into the digital world just by your cell phone. You know, before they were carrying around laptops, you know, because when the original series came out, cell phones were still very new. Smartphones didn't even exist yet.
Yeah, we had those Nokias that refused to be destroyed.
I know. So that was a really cool concept with the phones and stuff, and I know we can talk more about this too when we finally do the Digimon episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I greatly enjoyed it. It was very bittersweet, a lot of nostalgia from like, you know, Parrotmon showing up to, you know, just the way everything ended and like why it did what it did. Like I really enjoyed this particular story.
We'll definitely deep dive it when we do the Digimon only episode, but there's a lot to dissect in that movie.
Yes, there is.
But the nostalgia trip was nice. The new Digivices were nice.
Mm-hmm.
Like and the fact that they're open about, oh, we don't have to keep this a secret anymore. Everybody knows that we're the Digidestined because of the Myotismon event. It's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes total sense. Like everybody knows who the fuck you are now. Like,
yeah. Well, even in Digimon Tri, when what was it, Kuwagamon showed up and everything, like they already had like a Digimon Strike Force team in place. You know, like they already established the fact that Digimon are real. Digimon could enter into the real world and all this kind of stuff at this point when Tri came out. So yeah, Myotismon really opened the door for all that. But by the time you get to Tri, everything's pretty much well established that Digimon exists, and not just the original Digidestined, but a lot of kids all over the world have Digimon partners now.
Yep.
So, which is touched on even more in, of course, Last Evolution. But yeah, no, it's really good. I'm really excited. It sucks that it's ended, but at the same time, like, I mean, you know, I feel like it has to. Now, I mean, of course, you can make more spin-offs. You know, you can come up. I mean, they had that Digimon Fusion, and I think there's something else in the works potentially. They're already doing like a reboot of the original series, which I haven't started watching that yet. But
the original got rebooted. And matter of fact, I'll go back to that real quick because this is one thing that I did at the start. Is I found this website, and it has right here. It has like the ticker for when the next episodes come out.
Mm-hmm.
The next one, where was it? It's down here somewhere. Right here. Digimon Adventure episode 21, 3 days, 22 hours, 34 minutes, and 18 seconds.
Oh wow!
And it's scheduled for 66 episodes.
Wow!
So.
I mean, the first season 1 had like a huge run.
52.
You know,
52. first one, and I think it was 50 for season 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember it's shorter.
Sorry, I booted you off there for a minute.
I
I hit the wrong button.
Oh.
But no, Tamers though, you said about Tamers how it was kind of lukewarm to you. I gotta agree with that assessment because Tamers I felt started strong and the middle was super strong, but then the ending kind of fell flat.
Yeah, I think they tried to rush it towards the end. Like, okay, well, we need to end this show up. How do we do it? Oh, let's just do this. Okay,
a big red blob. Like,
yeah.
No, that's some bullshit.
It's the garbage they've been doing with Power Rangers lately, man. It's like they build this climatic ending, and then they just kind of one shot in an episode, and I'm like,
have you seen Beast Morphers yet?
I just started watching season 1 again. Like I saw like the first several episodes, so I just started rewatching it again. So I think I'm on episode 6 or 7 right now of season 1 because I know Netflix now has part 2. Part 1 of season 2.
Season 1 is a chore slightly to get through. Season 2, please tell me you did see RPM. As much as I hate RPM.
Oh yeah, I love RPM.
Okay, see, I hate RPM. And I hated RPM for one reason, and I'm not going to say why because it's a spoiler for down the road.
Okay.
Make sure that you're up to date and you remember a lot of shit from RPM because the back half of season 2 is loaded with RPM shit.
Oh, wow.
I mean, severely loaded to RPM shit. It ends up, without going into spoiler territory, it ends up being a direct sequel to RPM.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah.
I can see the connections between the two.
It ends up being a direct sequel to RPM, and I'm not going to say anything more than that because I already know how it ends, and I got to say it gives me a new appreciation for RPM. That's the only thing.
Okay.
That's the only thing I want to say. It puts RPM down from the very bottom of the barrel for me to about mid-range.
See, everybody hates Operation Overdrive.
Oh, yeah. I hate Operation Overdrive, too. And Super Mega Fail.
Oh, Mega Fail.
Yeah.
I like Super Mega Force.
No, not me. But yeah, well, that's pretty much the hour mark. So
yeah, I see that.
But
oh my goodness.
For those that cannot see this on the audio version only, his
wife, right. Oh my goodness.
Now Shane, that was great that you were able to jump on here for a little bit. That was awesome. I mean,
me too. I enjoyed
we've been trying to get you on different episodes, and it always falls through. That or it's hurricanes, one or the other.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, I mean, as far as I know, you don't have a Twitter account, right?
No, I don't. I thought about getting one a long time ago, back when the Miami Dolphins got a Twitter account, but I never did, and that was years ago. I have Facebook and Instagram, and that's Snapchat. Yeah.
Well, what I was going to say is anybody wants to talk with us more about, these type of things. Especially having you involved, the best place to do it is at the Hotel Nerd Facebook group.
Hotel Nerd.
He's actually one of the co-founders with me. It was me, my wife Kim, who has since passed away, and Shane. We were the original triad for that group. So
Shane isn't me. Yeah. My wife's like, Shane isn't you? I said, yes, isn't me.
Yeah.
I still remember being at the old apartment when you came up with this idea for it used to be Everything Comics and More at that point.
Yeah.
So we actually grew from that. Now we're Hotel Nerd.
Yep.
California. That was abbreviation with ECAM, yeah.
Yep. It went from Everything Comics and More to ECAM, then to Hotel Nerd when I started doing podcasts.
Yep.
But yeah, that's pretty much the show. I'm glad I got somebody in here. I got a couple of people that were watching as we were going here.
Sweet.
But yeah, so we'll do this again. Shane, I think you're scheduled what for Ghostbusters? Was it?
No, it was Digimon.
Yeah, it was Digimon.
Don't like Ghostbusters. Why
No,
would I
that's
do
right.
Ghostbusters?
That was John. John is Ghostbusters and MCU. That's
So I
right.
can do MCU, but I can't do like Ghostbusters. Is that one episode or is that two separate?
MCU is supposed to be episode 4.
Okay. But I'm just saying you didn't like combine those two.
No.
It'd be weird if you did.
No, just a peek behind the curtain. Episode 3 is Magic the Gathering,
Yeah, I'm lost there.
which we have Suge Knight, or if I'm pronouncing that right, Suge Knight 323. He's going to be joining me for that one.
Cool.
Episode 4 is MCU with John. John, I apologize. I'm probably going to butcher the hell out of your name. De Gregorio. That gets me every time. And Dean Lewis from SEN Afterlife.
Cool.
Episode 5 is the NFL. We're just going to talk the status of the NFL. But Shane, you got stuff to contribute for the NFL because our division's actually competitive this year, being that we don't got Crybaby.
I know, and 2 is supposed to start week 7, or week 8, because the Dolphins are off this week. So, super excited about that.
But yeah, that's just the next couple of episodes that are coming. So,
all right, well, I'll try to join the NFL one, depending on my schedule.
all right. Well, it's
Sounds
really
fun.
dependent around my schedule too, because the hotel schedule is kind of whacked at the moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, well, thank you for joining. Appreciate
You're welcome.
it. It got us to the hour mark. Otherwise, I was probably going to cut it off at 30 minutes. All right.
All right.
Talk to you later,
Yes.
Shane.
Yes, sir. See ya.